What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's been a hot minute, 2 weeks specifically, and the reason for that 2 weeks is because I had a video from being at the British Drift Championship, which I was very excited to record and upload. And when it came to the point of uploading it, unfortunately it was apparently so big to the point that my phone couldn't cope with the memory. So unfortunately it's kind of deemed not useless, but it's certainly doing less good than it should be. So I'm not able to upload it. It was a 4-day event. I tried cramming it all into one video, and unfortunately it's kind of bit me in the rear. I've been trying for the last 2 weeks, so I decided that I'm just going to move on. There's a possibility that I might upload it later down the line, but until then, it is what it is. Within these last 2 weeks, I have managed to go to Boyndie Airdrome with Adam and Ryan Tho, where Adam had offered me more seat time, which was great. He also brought his GoPro with him, potentially knowing that I was going to say yes, or potentially knowing that he was going to offer me it. Regardless, he brought his GoPro, and I was actually able to get some footage of me drifting and driving, and I was able to make a lot more progress in transitions and continuously carrying on a drift. Because it's Adam's car and I didn't want to break it, I kept to second gear, which in this car is very short because of the diff ratio, which is a 4.44, which is very short. It means that it goes bap 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 kind of thing, rather than bap bap. That's a very short little insight into diffs. With that being said, managed to get some seat time. I'm starting to get really happy with my progress in drifting, to the point that I almost feel comfortable enough to enter into the third round of the Scottish Drift Championship. There's essentially a couple of things that I kind of need to get out there, which is when I transferred from the agency that I was working for to the work that I'm doing now, I obviously had COVID. Now, I didn't have any holidays from the agency that I was working for because they were paying me them on a weekly basis without me even knowing, to compensate for the money that I wasn't being paid through an emergency tax or whatever their excuse was. So, didn't have any holidays from that, and sure as hell I wasn't able to use the holidays from the company that I was working for. I hadn't worked for them, essentially. I had for the last 13 weeks, but I didn't work for them. Anyway, because I was short a week of a 4-week wage, I've been having to work the weekends to compensate for it. So I work 7 days a week now, which was never the plan, but it's kind of where I've had to be at the moment. And with that being said, I've not been able to get as much work done as I wanted to. That Boyndie weekend, I worked from 5 o'clock at night until 3 o'clock in the morning, and come 6:30 in the morning, was straight back up to go to Keith to meet up with the boys to go to Boyndie Airdrome, and did a day of drifting, had a private day, and finished at 4. And then I came immediately straight back to Inverness to start work at 6, to then work till 12 o'clock in the morning, where I finished and then went straight back into my actual work at 6 o'clock in the morning. So that weekend was very short for me and very tiresome, but this is essentially the sacrifice that I've been willing to make to be able to get both seat time and time with the boys, drifting, all the rest of it. It's been a pretty long month of not a lot of sleep, but as I said, it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Now, as for the BMW, well, at the end of this month it's going to be heading down to Driftland, where it's going to be sitting until October for the Scottish Drift Championship, where I will be competing with the rest of the guys and being able to get into the competition. Now the thing is that a lot of people would say, what's the point? The thing is that I need as much seat time in that car as humanly possible to be able to get comfortable with it while it's in its state that it is. Because at the end of the season, this season, the car will be getting taken away, getting put into it, and come next season, it will be fully ready to properly compete, where I'll feel comfortable enough both drifting and in the car that I'll be able to actually make some real progress in that regard. So yeah, unfortunately with the working 7 days a week, I've not really had much time to myself, and this is where we are at the moment. It's been the biggest killer, but nothing out of the ordinary for me. And yeah, I really wanted to get a video out. If it wasn't going to be the BDC, I really wanted to show you my drifting capabilities. In this video, I stuck with second because it's Adam's car, and at the end of the day, I'm not going to risk Adam's car just for me to get some seat time. That just ain't happening. So I know how nervous he was about letting me drive it. I would be in the same situation if I loved and adored my car as much as he does his. So didn't want to go overdoing it. Sure as hell could have managed to get third, but keeping it conservative in someone else's car, so that when it comes to being in my own car, I'll be able to throw in a lot more. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and I'll talk to you guys later on. Enjoy. Sleep is for the weak, and let's go! Fucking burn him off, mate. I wish that boy got more seat time, eh? I'll tell you, mate, it'd be fucking banging. So that was officially the day out with the boys at Boyndie Airdrome, which was, safe to say, worth every second of it. It was a fantastic day, and I'll never get bored of watching all those little clips. I never actually had any intention of making a video out of it because I didn't think that my phone would be able to cope with the memory, and for some reason it just has. So we'll see if this video actually uploads to my phone. So, but yeah, with regards to my drifting, it's safe to say I could have made a lot better improvements a lot sooner on, but I'm really hard on myself, so that's just kind of how I think. The thing is that coming towards the end, I made a lot of really decent progress. There was a point just in the middle where it was getting really, really good. And coming towards the end, I started kind of pushing too hard. I was starting to push my limitation to the point that 1, I would need a hydro, and 2, I would need third gear. Mainly because I was starting to get too much speed going into the S-bends to then come back out on the other side and not have enough time, well, not be able to clutch in hydro, be able to slide the car back out and throttle down and get into it. Adam has said that I'm better off learning without a hydro at the moment and then throwing it in later down the line. I'm hoping that the next track time, or the next track day that we end up going to, this is kind of where I'll be able to properly use a hydro. Anyway, apologies, it's 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm not long finished work, and I've been trying to edit this video in between working and anyway, the next time that we will see track is literally in the next 2 to 3 weeks or so. Lisa has organised for us to have a private day at Driftland where the car will be sitting, waiting, and hopefully prepped enough that we'll be able to go out and track and get some seat time in that. In a wee bit less horsepowered car, but be able to do what I have really wanted to get into doing, which is going, not balls to the wall obviously, but certainly making the progress that, as you could see in the last bit of the video, that I'm very anxious to get to. So yeah, track day was really, really good. As always, Adam, can't thank you enough. Safe to say. Ryan, just an incredible driver. There's a reason that he ended up getting hard charger at the Northeast Drift event, because he's not had much seat time himself. Well, the difference between me and him is that he's actually owned the rear-wheel drive cars before, and he's managed to get little slides in, and he's got clips of little places that he is able to throw a car into and practice, whereas I never had that. I've literally went out on track 4 times and never controlled a rear-wheel drive car up until going out on track. So a bit of a difference, but still, it's always a pleasure seeing him, and sure as hell it's always amazing seeing him out on track. So I know that he's going to Golspie, which I have thought about doing, but unfortunately I don't think I'm going to manage to find a ticket in time because they have all been sold out for a while, and I highly doubt I'm going to be able to find someone that is selling a ticket. So it's going to be a very, very big event this year. So worst case scenario, we go as a spectator. So, but anyway, until the next video, guys, I'm going to leave you here. I'm very tired and it's been a day of it. So I shall see you guys in the next one. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe, because this is only just the beginning of the aspect of drifting for me personally, and it's only going to get better from here. And by the end of it, be all and all. It's just like riding a bike. Once you get into it and you know it, you'll never forget it. So it can only get better. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your night and have a good one. it.